Welcome back. Well, it wasn't just stockbrokers suffering heartburn from the markets this week.
Although we do feel for the stockbrokers.
Let's have a moment for the stockbrokers, not with huge turmoil playing out here and, of course, around the world.
The rollercoaster ride has sent nervous Australians into a scramble to save. It's a saving spree, Sam, with families stashing away every spare dollar they have.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
It's the white-knuckle ride
Minus 10%, minus 12%.
that has all of us clinging on for our financial
The
lives.
Australian share market has staged a remarkable recovery.
Getting motion sickness following the stock market at the moment.
Whiplash, high anxiety, high drama on Wall Street.
With no idea what will happen next, Aussies are in a saving frenzy. Households putting away an average $373 every month.
Times are tough. I'm just really confused at the moment, I guess. They think twice before I go and buy that new pair of shoes.
Investors are also going for old faithful, bricks and mortar, while others downsize their homes to shrink debt. But with fewer people spending, retailers are sacking staff or shutting up shop.
Realistically, I don't see space for any real recovery until the second half of next year.
So, best to keep saving, or do we need to spend to save the economy? Financial
really
advisor
confusing.
Wilson. Sounds confusing. Spend to save,
Lucky
yeah.
we've got a
Wilson
financial
Luna,
advisor.
from Your Family, Your Money. He can disconfuse a babies. It's understandable that we want people to put away as much money as possible, but of course the retailers are saying, well, actually this is destroying a certain sector of the economy. What's the answer here, Wilson?
Yeah, I'm going to bust this retail myth once and for all. And basically, look, the reality is that it's not the increased saving, people saving, that's actually causing the retailers to struggle. Look, there's three main reasons why people are saving at the moment. The main one is, the knee-jerk reaction to the market, GFC, reaction aftermath, and lastly, because prices have gone up and people are frankly quite scared that their jobs might go. But the reality of why the retail sector is struggling is because there's a booming internet market at the moment. It actually makes up 3.6% of total GDP. To give you an equivalent of that, that's almost half the gross domestic product that the mining sector brings in. So that's a big reason why.
So people are still spending, they're just not spending.
They're going
in the
online,
shop.
unfortunately, yeah.
Right.
And it's not making it any easier either, the fact that a higher Australian dollar is meaning that a lot of the products getting bought are actually overseas products being bought, and it's exacerbating the
But isn't
situation.
Australian online retail, it only counts for about 4% of Australian retail currently, doesn't it?
No, it counts for 3.6% of total GDP, so it counts for as much as half.
Oh, right.
the
I thought
mining
it was
industry.
of retail, but it's of total GDP. Wow.
Yeah, it's extraordinary.
Okay, so with what's been going on in the last couple of weeks, the people who probably have the most reason to worry and are the most worried are those just about to retire. Do you think that the days of double-digit growth for your super fund are over?
Yeah, look, at Your Family Money, we've got over 95,000 registered members, and a lot of them are retirees. So what we basically tell them is the same thing we're saying here, which is if you're properly invested, i.e. you're diversified, i.e. you balance your portfolio regularly and you review it, you should be okay. Just see this through. The problem, if you're not, you need to seek some advice. In terms of your double-digit question, the reality is I kind of agree with you 100%. I don't think we are going to see any double-digit growth in the next couple of years.
And Wilson, just quickly back to the retailer thing, because, I mean, it is a large employment sector, so we wouldn't want bricks and mortar retailers to, to die a very slow death. Are there answers for them?
Yeah, look, I think we're setting false expectations if we sort of tell them, look, it's coming back to the heyday. It's not. What's happening is there's a big transition at the moment going on from bricks and mortar retail to online retail. And what we have to do is basically give them the tools and the resources to be able to make that transition. Because it is transitioning. If we're first in line as an economy, we could really do really well out of it. It's just a matter of government resources, etc., jumping in there and giving them a hand making that transition across. Just like Jerry Harvey's, just like, David Jones are making. You've got to make that transition. And that's the hard part about it. You've got to say things are changing.
Better integration between bricks and mortar and online.
You have to.
Yeah.
And just really quickly, because we're running out of time, are you seeing the government doing are they recognising that? Are they doing anything to help businesses get into this online world?
I mean, obviously there's the debate, which would take three segments, the one about, the broadband, but apart from that, it's a matter of putting incentives in there, like, tax. You've got to try and start putting tax incentives for companies to set up. You've got to start putting, maybe some incentives for retail investors to invest in that sector as well and grow that sector. That's the only way we'll provide enough liquidity in it and hence that industry moving, getting more jobs and finally, hopefully, confidence coming back strongly.
There you go, Wilson Luna.
Thank you.
misunderstanding us again. Thank you very much.
It's all clear now. Thank you.
And I acknowledge I was a bit flippant about stockbrokers before. Stockbrokers are people too.